Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, is everyone here?
Hi.
I'm here.
I'm here.
I'm here.
Okay. So, welcome welcome to the third episode of the Swan podcast. In this episode, we are gonna be talking about the new Neverland. This week, I did my homework, and I know Andrew Chambliss. And but we are gonna start by introducing ourselves because people on Tumblr have been asking our names. My name is Serena. My name is Serena. My Tumblr is Aligned with Magic, and I also run FES Meduk. So introduce yourselves. Go on.
Well, my name is Amy, and I am Jasperan on Tumblr.
Anyone else? Are you being shy?
Hi guys, my name is April, and I'm always Aprilia on Tumblr.
On. Do I have to call you?
That's probably alphabetical.
I'm Elizabeth, and my Tumblr tag is never one time thing.
I'm Laura. My Tumblr name is Imperial Impala.
I'm the charming swashbuckler.
I'm Michelle, and I'm Wouldn't You Like to Know on Tumblr.
Okay, so this week we have a new buy, April, and I'm gonna ask you how and when did you start shipping Captain Swan?
Great, on the spot right away. I would have to say Tallahassee, and definitely when he did that thing where he tied that scarf around her hand. Yeah, I was sort of dying at that point.
Weren't we all, though?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so we can, I think we can begin with the question we got on Tumblr from the vampire chick with no fangs. Asked what was everyone's exact reaction to when Hook said he was gonna back off. I remember me and my mom shouting "what" at the TV at that time. This is the question. What was your reaction to Hook backing off?
Oh, gosh.
Oh.
My reaction to him backing off was, what? I thought you were going to fight for her. But, you know.
I was like, are you kidding? It's like, no way, man, don't do it.
Right.
Yeah, I think I was really surprised, and it was more of a wait, what? Wait, what did you say? Why? Why are you doing that? This was not what you said you were going to do. I was basically
Where's the fun?
Yeah, exactly. I was waiting for
Where's
the
the fun you promised?
Yeah, this is not fun. This is not fun. There was no fun in that.
I was like waiting. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go.
I was just waiting for it to be Neil. We all wanted it to be Neil to say that.
Oh, I know.
Because we knew about the conversation for a few weeks, so we knew they were gonna have a conversation. We knew it was gonna be about Emma, and it was gonna be surprising. But most of us, I think, thought it was gonna be Neil backing off, or both backing off. Or I don't know. They were gonna decide to have a threesome. I don't know.
Oh, God, don't say that.
Oh, man. Let's
I
not
don't
go
know.
there.
My eyes.
Up my ears.
I think part of the reason why everybody thought it was going to be Neil is because the way he backed off in the one episode, whereas Killian was kind of like going, I'm not going to back off, but then Neil was like, well, if Henry is the only thing we have, then I'm okay with it. And then they switched.
Honestly,
I got major whiplash for this.
I kind of liked it. I know I'm weird, but I kind of saw it as more as Killian being more honorable than Neil in that way.
Yeah, because it was not a definite backing off. He said, I'm in it for the long haul. So I don't know, maybe he thought that Neil's game was so bad that he was gonna hang himself. I don't know.
Well, the whole point was that he said he was going to back off because he wants to give Neil and Emma a chance to straighten things out. You know, he basically didn't want to do to Henry what he did, even if he didn't mean to do to Neil Balefire. You know, so I think that's what was like going through his mind. Yeah, that was just great. I think that was what was going through his mind. But
time, I was really, you know, I was like, but can't you do that and pursue her at the same time? I was disappointed that the fun was not happening right away.
Well, they'd only been back for, you know, like 12 hours, so we gotta give them some time for that. Yeah. But I also said way back at the end of season 2 that I had a suspicion that he'd back off for, you know, Henry family stuff.
Yeah, I thought he would.
And then Emma would have to chase after him, so I wasn't really that surprised.
Well, good for you then. It was a shock to the rest of us.
I thought
it's a good thing, right? It is a good thing because, you know, he's setting him up as this like good guy. Like he cares about Henry already, or is it more that he cares about Emma? So in a sense, he cares about Henry. I saw it as
like yeah, it's like an extension of his caring about Emma.
Yeah. So I mean, that's nice. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think either way it works because I mean, Emma's life is Henry, so why?
And
why
he
the other way?
And he realizes that. That's very important. It's also very important that it shows that he's willing to change. You know what I mean? That he's voluntarily taking a huge step forward in changing who he was as Captain Hook. You know, going from caring all about himself and Emma's life is Henry, so I need to put ultimately Henry first.
Yeah, because taking a mother from Tink, I don't like saying that he took Mila because he didn't, but separating a mother from her child was the biggest mistake, let's say mistake in his relationship with Mila. So he doesn't want to make the same mistakes with Emma. He's learning, so that's good. But I think obviously it was really much more difficult than he expected for him emotionally, I think.
Does anyone remember when, you know, Bay was younger and he was with Hook on his ship? Did they ever address that Mila wanted to go back for him? I can't remember.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah,
Killian did. Bay kind of like glossed over it, skipped over it to the fact, you know, like, oh, you... Like, he sort of missed all that.
Okay. Yeah, well, he was an emotional 14-year-old boy with hormones and stuff, so he wasn't going to listen to anything Hook had to say.
Nope.
I mean, he's an emotional 14-year-old boy who just lost his family, the Darlings.
Right.
So, of course, he gets the idea that this guy who I had been treating like a father, like another father for me, is the reason my mom is gone. In a way. So,
well, yeah, if speaking from Bay's perspective, that's how it went down.
Exactly. So
right.
Then it was also easier to blame Hook for this than to blame Rumpel or Mila. In a way, it's similar to what Regina did. It was easier to blame Snow than to blame Cora.
Yes,
right.
Exactly.
Something about that struck me too is like, you know, for Bay, I mean, they have to know it's true. You know what I mean? They have to. It's like because they know, like, say Regina knew Cora and Bay knew Rumpel like better than, like, say anybody else. So like it's like they didn't want to acknowledge that. They didn't want to face that the person, one of the people they cared most about in the world, did such a horrible thing. You know, but you know. It's like, you know they know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. But they need a scapegoat.
Yes.
That is an interesting parallel, though.
Yeah.
I do think that Neil and Regina have more things in common than they think. I said it last week about both of them saying something like, if I knew who you were, I wouldn't go near you. I wouldn't be able to love you, to Henry and to Emma.
Right.
Yeah.
it was similar. So yeah, there's I know it's gonna be Outlaw Queen. We were talking about Outlaw Queen before, but I think Gina and Neil can be friends, and he.
Yeah, she has to get over. She actually has to know his name and stop calling him person.
No. Keep calling
it can
him
be.
person. It's funnier.
Yeah, it can be a sweet.
Yeah, that would be funny.
It can be a sweet nickname for him.
That person.
Hey, person, how's it going?
Did you see that mock poster about believing this person?
Oh, really? I haven't seen that.
It's on Teen Wolf mixtapes. It's hilarious. And it's a great Tumblr, Teen Wolf mixtape. They do the recaps every week. They have this hilarious gif of Emma and Neil running towards each other, and then Emma goes towards Cartoon Hook. It has a.
Oh, I saw that.
Yes,
Did you see that? It's hilarious.
I saw it.
Yeah. So the other big scene that was very much debated this week was Hook and Tink. Hook and Tinkerbell. The once upon a time Twitter, the official Twitter and Facebook were a little bit teasing about sounds like trouble about that. So people were a bit excited, a bit upset about that. What did
They
you think?
tried. Gold star for
Yeah.
trying, you know.
Hilarious.
It's like Tink and Hook were just like a little dust speck of dirt on the big rolling boulder that is Captain Swan.
Exactly.
These are the same promo monkeys who tried to pass off Hook as the worst villain ever during his very first promo. So they obviously can't be trusted.
Nope.
They can't even spell Neil. They keep spelling his name wrong.
Oops.
Yeah, that's true. Do not trust.
That's really
This is
bad
not a
when you
good
don't know
source
how
of
to
information.
You
Nope.
don't know how to spell your own character's name. That's really bad.
Oops.
One thing about the Hook and Tink scene was that his heart wasn't in it. Usually when he flirts with someone, even someone not Emma, he has something in his eyes, like he's having fun. I remember when he was flirting with Snow. I mean, he wasn't doing it seriously, but he was having fun. But with Tink, it wasn't like that. He was really, really depressed.
Yeah,
But
he was
yeah.
like, it was rushed or something. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like he was. Yeah, it's very, I got that sense.
Well, they were.
And he was probably drunk as a skunk.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And he
Oh,
was
God,
at
that.
Granny's. He was going into Granny's too, which was where Neil and Emma were supposed to have their date. So.
Do you think he has a room at Granny's? I don't know why he was there at that moment.
I think he
Yeah.
was
I was
doing
wondering
it to
that
torture
too.
himself.
Hotel
That's
to
weird.
dinner.
Wow, if everyone's staying at Granny's and like, where is she getting? Like, they obviously aren't paying her.
At least not right now.
He probably has treasure on his ship. He can pay with his treasure. I don't know.
Well, he
pay for
can
the-
pay. I don't know about Tink, but he can pay. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
I have a question about that scene when they were together, guys. I wanted to get your input on it. So, like, you remember he bumped into Tink, and then she asked him, are you okay? Like, I got the sense that she was, like, actually, like, genuinely concerned about him. So I'm really curious as to their, like, backstory. I mean, they seem like they were, like, friends from
Right.
before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you
I
think we'll
think
get
we're
it?
I think
There
we're
was an
getting
interview
it.
with Rose that said that we were going to get it. So
Do you think
Yeah.
it will be the next
This-
one?
I think it's the
It
finale.
has to. Yeah.
Going home. We're gonna get it in Going Home.
Well, Smee
On
is in
Sunday?
it.
I think it's gonna be something different. The flashback are gonna be something different because if you look at the guest star list, there is the doctor and the nurse that were in the premiere when Emma gave birth.
Yeah.
There's Regina's father. There's Smee from Hook's crew. So it can be just one flashback because there could be small flashbacks from important moments from each character's lives, maybe. So
Maybe.
we're gonna.
So this is for this Sunday? All those guys?
Yeah.
All right.
They're hold
Thank
that.
God. I'm not going to serve that.
Wow.
The set pictures that we got, the promo shots that we got, had Charming, Neil, Hook, and Tinkerbell chasing after what I'm presuming is the Shadow. So if Tinkerbell and Hook had an encounter with the Shadow in Neverland, that would be a reason to show that flashback.
That would be
Right.
awesome.
Yeah.
Right.
I get them, like, when they were flirting, well, when he was sort of flirting with her, her reaction was like, kind of like a little sister. Was like, ew, are you serious?
Yeah.
Right now? So I think
Yeah,
they
that's,
have
that's a
Yeah. She did say, I still have my dignity. So obviously, she doesn't think Hook is like that big of a catch. So, yeah. No Hooker Bill.
yeah, no.
But I think the interesting thing is that he didn't really hit on her. He asked her to have a drink, which is what he usually did with Emma. So he was trying to recreate part of his moments with Emma with another blonde, and she just decided, oh, he's asking me to drink. He must mean that he wants to sleep with me. And like, don't flatter yourself. He didn't say that.
Yeah, she called him out on his bullshit because, that was not his finest moment right there.
No.
Although he was flirting, so I forgive him. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't even get to first base, so we'll forgive him for that.
And the second they were outside, he forgot she was even there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Until Emma called attention to it.
Yeah.
Yes.
But,
We need to talk about Dallas Emma.
yeah, but one last question about Hook and Tinkerbell. Do you think they slept together in their backstory? They had a thing?
No.
No, I don't
No.
think so. No. The
Because
relationship, I think there was something that April said. Or is it May? I'm not sure. It seemed like a big brother, little sister relationship, and I agree with that. That's definitely the sense I'm getting.
some people basically think that Hook has been a monk for 300 years since Mila died. Do you think that?
No,
I
probably
doubt
not.
that. Yeah, but I mean, I
I
don't
would be
think he slept
shocked.
with Tink, but I'm pretty sure he slept with somebody.
Somebody.
Yeah.
But other
In
than
Neverland, who could he sleep with?
there's nobody
how
there.
long was he there in Neverland though? Like we don't know that. And he pretending to be a blacksmith in that other camp for a while at least.
Yeah,
Yeah.
during the
28
curse.
years, right?
Yeah, at least like
Yeah.
a month or something.
Well, he was with Cora for 28 years, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh God, let's not even think about that.
Oh no. Well, they were no. That's fine. They were frozen. Remember? Nothing happening. Frozen. Just like
That was a bad mental image.
yeah.
I know, right?
No. Frozen by the curse for 28 years. That's what I meant. Frozen. You know.
But were they physically frozen or just didn't age? Because in Storybrooke they moved around.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think
I've
they
always
didn't
wondered that
age.
too.
Yeah, they didn't age, and I mean, was Cora pretending to be Lancelot like the whole 28 years?
I don't think
That would
so.
just be creepy.
I don't
No,
think
probably
so.
not.
Yeah, because I mean, like Mulan, like seemed to know Hook, right? She was like, "Yeah, he's a blacksmith. I've seen him around." So
Yeah, she said he came a couple months
obviously-
ago.
Right. So I mean, I don't know. I think he has slept with someone, and probably not Tink, but yeah, probably he has. Yes,
I agree.
I would expect it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So about Jealous Emma, what did you think?
It was awesome.
Loved
About
it.
time.
Amazing.
I also like Tink's face in the whole thing. Like I was just like laughing at her reactions and her expressions. It was hilarious.
Yeah, she was totally
Right
done with
now.
him.
Can this
Yeah,
stop?
pretty much. It's like,
It's like, seriously?
Like, God, she's gonna kill me. And then for Hook, it was like, oh my God, shut up. Like, what are you saying?
She's like, do I have to whip out the pixie dust for you people?
Yeah, pretty much.
It was kind of a leap on Emma's part, though. It was
Yeah.
like, oh, Hook is standing right next to another woman. He must have slept with her.
They're coming
Yeah,
out
we
of
all
Granny's. They're all coming out of Granny's together, you know?
Granny's is the sexiest place on Storybrooke.
Oh, yeah. Definitely, yeah. Mhm, yep.
Granny's the free brothel.
And
Oh my
it was definitely more important than the
Preferable,
screaming
preferable to the
person.
rabbit hole.
It's slightly cleaner.
What did you think about Hook answering maybe? What did you say? Maybe?
I
Perhaps.
think he was trying to make her jealous, duh. She was trying to make her
Actual
jealous.
15-year-old Hook right
Yeah.
there.
Yep.
I noticed that he like got straight up. He was like, kind of hunching over, and he put his head in his hip, and he was like, perhaps.
Oh, and he grabbed his
Thumbs
belt.
in the belt. Thumbs in the belt.
Yeah.
And
But then
the
he catch like Emma's glare at him, like, you know, before they ran off.
It was perfect.
Yeah.
And let's just appreciate the fact that, danger over here, people screaming, yet she takes the time to figure out what's going on with Tink and Hook.
yeah,
it's like-
someone is dying, but I need to know what Hook has been doing with another woman.
And why is he with Tink?
Yeah. And Hook was all like ready to go charging off, be a hero. But let's make some time to let the Swan girl know that, yeah, I might have been banging the fairy. Yes, maybe.
Priorities,
And
guys.
Yeah, priorities. Yes. I love them.
Ted Perry was like, you idiot, checking out Milliam, I'm dealing with you two idiots.
But I also think that if he had said no, people would have said he was lying, he was cheating on her and lying about it. So I think maybe it was the right answer because it wasn't no, he was doing something, kind of.
He could have said that he became a priest and people would still say there was a problem.
And another big thing was Captain Charming basically became canon in this episode.
Yay!
Totally.
Bon voyage, new ship.
Drinks all around.
Yeah.
So,
Can I just say I love Charming in this episode. He was just, yeah. I mean, I always think Snow gets more time with Emma, so I was really looking forward to her. And I love that scene on the beach. That was
he
awesome.
he did everything right. You know what I mean? Like as he was like the perfect father.
Mhm.
He said all the right things. He told Emma exactly what she needed to hear.
Yeah.
Exactly what she needed to hear.
Nice.
I think
We were
Jennifer,
talking about this before. Can I say my theory now?
yeah.
Okay, perfect. Okay, disclaimer: I do not hate snow. Okay,
Good to know.
but I think Emma is going to recognize Charming as dad long before she recognizes Snow as mom.
Probably.
Yeah, I can
Probably.
see that.
Because she, first she got this thing of Mary Margaret, who used to be her best friend and was
Yeah.
her first friend. Relationship whatsoever with David Nolan. Then there's the fact that right now Emma is connecting Snow with pushing her towards Neil, and like she's like, dude, stop it already. And Snow is really pushy. Okay, like I get why she's pushing. Like she wants Emma to be happy, but Emma's the kind of person who's got a lot of issues, so you have to go slow with her. You got to go slow. And Snow doesn't get that. He wants to be
Charming
mom
does, though.
now.
Yeah,
Charming.
Charming does.
He gets it.
I remember.
And Charming is a lot more like Emma. Charming, personality-wise, he's a lot like Emma.
Exactly.
Yep.
They make a lot of the same decisions, and Charming has the memories of loving Catherine. So he's like he knows you can love more than one person in your lifetime, in a way. But Snow connects first love with true love, which is we know it's kind of bullshit. Because sometimes that's not the case. So, and Charming is the one that's... Charming always gets the whole, oh, he's clueless, he's nothing, right? By every character, he's like Regina or Rumble, they all call him clueless. But
he's not.
Charming is the one that sees the most.
Yeah, because he's quiet all the time.
Yes.
He's not doing most of the talking.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and he's been watching Neverland. Neverland, he watches Hook, and he watches Neil, and he watches Emma. He watches his daughter's reaction to Hook, and his daughter's reaction to Neil. That's what, the only reason in this episode, he went to go convince Emma to go have dinner with Neil, was because Snow told him to, and because... As everyone knows, you do not get to wife man. Especially when you're on the baby.
Especially when he's on the baby train right now.
That's true, yeah. He didn't want to mess up his chances there. Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
And if you notice the conversation, he didn't once mention you should go with Neil. He's like, if that's what you want, if that what would make you happy, then you should have dinner with Neil. If not, don't. What?
No, I was saying, I remember Jennifer Goodwin saying at the beginning of the season that Snow would have to learn to be the mother Emma needs, not the mother she's comfortable being. So I think this is the journey Snow needs to go on this season, and Charming is further along in this journey than she is. I also think that with about her pushing Swanfire so hard, I think from a narrative point of view, she's just being set up to be wrong, because we know Adam and Eddie have said that Neil sending Emma to prison will be brought up again. So I think this has to do with the Snow pushing so hard for Emma and Neil. At some point, Emma or someone else will just tell her, stop doing this, I have my reasons. And it will be about one of the themes of the season, that is about second love, second chances, about Regina and Robin, and Emma and Hook. And I think Snow is being set up to this lesson.
Mm-hmm.
And
I agree.
another thing,
We can only hope so.
Emma is listening to Charming's advice. Snow always tries to give her advice, and Emma kind of blows her off, and kind of listens to her and kind of not. But right now, Charming gave her the moment's advice, and she used it to know if Henry was Henry.
Yes.
And that's
Exactly.
Really true.
You can tell she repeated what he said to her, so it sank in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, did everybody see Snow's face when Henry was telling Emma about the best chances bit? She
Yeah.
looked really upset.
Yeah.
Like that was the first time she realized what Emma had gone through in giving up Henry.
Mm-hmm.
It broke my heart. I was like, dude, I think it's going to be hard for Snow to come to terms. Guess what? Your daughter's wife is a lot more fucked up than you thought.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
since we're talking about Snow, I got this question today on FES Emma and Hook. It was the question was I often see Hook being paralleled with Snow. Any opinion?
Oh, I agree. Of the
Yes.
relationship, like if you parallel Captain Swan with Snowing, Hook is Killian is definitely Snow, and Emma
Yes.
is Charming.
Yes.
Which is I think is kind of cool because they flipped it. You know what I mean? They flipped
Yes.
the traditional guy versus girl romance, which I think is pretty awesome of Eddie and Adam.
Killian is definitely the romantic one, the soft one in the relationship. I say this as a positive thing. I read on Tumblr some people people are always bashing Hook, but this criticism was about him being being too feminine, and I'm like, but that's a positive thing. I like him being like this. Being a man doesn't mean being without feelings. I like that Killian is the one with feelings who makes the speeches, and Emma is the one who's emotionally closed off. Because, like you said, it's a switch, but it's a good switch.
A good switch.
Yes, and Emma needs speeches. Emma needs speeches. She needs someone who's going to be in front of her and giving her a speech. She just needs it.
I agree.
Yes.
She definitely
Even their
needs someone to
appearances.
go ahead.
Sorry.
Aggressively
Even their appearance.
pursued.
Yeah, sorry.
No, you're fine. Go ahead.
Now, in relation to Captain Swan and Snowing, like their appearances are also inverted, whereas like Killian's fair skin, dark hair, like Snow, you have, as in she's got the blonde hair, light eyes. So basically,
Yes.
that's even it's like complete opposite side of the coin.
Right.
Yes. And like we know, and we've seen Snow in Heart of Darkness. He was
Yes.
basically
Yeah.
Hook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
Captain
Yeah.
Hook is Snow in it was episode 16, I think, of season 1.
Yes.
16, I think.
That's
Yeah.
one of my
So guys,
favorites.
like, who do you think likes Hook more right now? Like, I think Charming is definitely
Charming.
more.
Charming.
Charming. Gotta be
loves
charming.
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 I mean, but like, he saved Charming's life. You think that would get him some points in Snow's book, but I still don't see that happening. I kind of, what's it gonna take to win Snow over? What's Hook gonna have to do?
I think
It's gonna have to be drastic.
I think
something
she's
like
gonna
that.
just learn about Neil, and that will win her over to Hook's side.
True.
Yeah,
might-
I don't know. I
Yes.
think
That could help.
Yeah.
Yeah, right
I'm
now
also
he's-
expecting True Love's kiss in front of like.
We can wish. We can hope,
We can only
right?
hope.
We can hope, yeah, that will, that kind of seals the deal for everybody. Although, like, in some spoiler pictures, we do see him on the horse, and just a moment of appreciation for him on the horse, because, I think I stared at that picture for far too long. But he was talking to, like,
my
Snow.
phone.
Old Spice Hook.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
I'm still so confused about those pictures. Anyway, yeah. So we talk about Captain Charming, Snow, and Hook. Another thing people have pointed out was how Emma and Hook were their worst selves this episode without each other. There was this parallel about them being asked, "Are you okay?" and answering, "Yeah, I'm fine." So they were both lying, but it was interesting because it was same dialogue. It's like exact same words. So you know how these writers love their parallels.
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
you know,
they do.
Yes.
Tink did say that when you're without your true love, you are destroying both your lives, and I guess it just starts right away.
Yeah. I mean, we saw that it's not just them either. Do you guys remember? And I think it was season 1. It was like right after I forget what episode it was, but Snow was off by herself. You remember hunting? Red was bringing her stuff.
Mm-hmm.
She had like secluded herself off from the world.
Yeah.
That's another parallel there. She was miserable without Charming.
Mm-hmm.
And
And
then
he was
she went and
miserable
drank a
without her.
potion to forget him.
Right.
which made it worse.
And I think it's really interesting that Emma and Hook have the same like ways of like protecting themselves, or they retreat back to like same defense mechanism. So they really do understand each other in that sense too. Like I could see why they could understand each other because they're the same, basically.
Right. They're the same in a lot of ways.
In a lot of ways. Yeah.
Yeah, and speaking about Hook's defense mechanism, this is the first time we have seen him drink since episode 5.
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
So
Yes.
we know Pan said he was a 100 pirate with a drinking problem. Do you think he has a drinking problem?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. I hate to admit it, but I mean, as much as we think it's cool, but yes, it is a problem.
Anyone-
Really? I thought that was just part of being a pirate. Like, you just drink a lot, and then, so his tolerance level might be different since he's been drinking for so long. I don't know.
You know what? I'm gonna bring up Grey's Anatomy. In this in last week episode of Grey's Anatomy, there was I don't know if you watch it, but
No,
there's this one character, Chief Webber, who's an alcoholic, and he said that he wants to drink always when he's sad, when he's happy. But Hook doesn't really want to drink when he's happy. He only drinks when he's sad. So
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
drinking.
And,
Hook's
yep, see, right there, it's a problem.
yeah,
Okay, yeah, I guess I can see that.
it's
Hook's drinking goes back to good form when he tells them drinking rum is bad form. So he's like every time he thinks he's bad form, he drinks, and that's how he. Every time he thinks he's doing something that's bad form, he drinks. Have you noticed that?
But I don't think he
No.
thinks that backing off
No.
is bad form. I think he believes that it's a good form.
He's just
I
struggling
mean,
with
the
it.
whole.
It just really hurts.
Yes.
Well, yeah,
But there's also when at the end of the episode, good form, after the kiss, before Pan comes in, he is drinking. But it's probably more the sense of because Emma was the last person to drink out of the flask.
Yes.
probably.
I think that was
But so he does also drink in celebration. So it is a problem.
Yeah.
Okay, so yes, he's an alcoholic. We have to change that.
Yep.
I'm a Chilean and I'm an alcoholic.
Oh no, let's not go down that
Oh
road.
my god, Storybook
no,
AA
no.
meetings. How hilarious would that be?
Him and Leroy.
Him and Leroy.
Oh,
I just
man.
want that to happen. Like Killian and the dwarves. Like
God.
somebody needs to write a fan fiction about that. I would love to read that.
By the way, while we're on the subject, can we like have a moment for Killian stopping Sneezy from sneezing with his hook?
That was awesome.
Getting good with the young.
Priceless.
Yes, yeah. I like, you know what? I think it's a strategy here. He's gonna, get in good with everyone around Emma, and then he's gonna go in for the kill. Like, I think that's his plan.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, he's got charming in the bag.
He does,
Well,
yeah. Yeah.
Now, the second hardest part, the uncles. The overprotective uncles.
Right. The dwarves.
The
Yeah,
dwarves.
even Charming had to win over the dwarfs before they gave his bless. They gave their
Exactly.
blessing.
Right.
So that's yeah. Another parallel people have pointed out is Who's Emma, which is parallel with Who's Mila from the Crocodile. So when it's within it's a different context because Who's Mila he was trying to protect Mila and Who's Emma killed himself.
Mhm.
But I thought it was so interesting because there was no way Tink would have believed that he didn't remember who Emma was. But it was another sign that his game was really, really bad in that
His
scene.
game. He was off his game.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the fact that he's a pirate, he has got a tolerance. He's got a very big tolerance, and he was falling off drunk. How much do you have to drink to be that drunk?
Maybe he
Through
just
the
drank all
night.
night.
Yeah, he was probably drinking all night.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it was lunchtime, so maybe also all morning.
Oh my
Oh
lord.
dear.
Just an
Oh,
entire
God.
flask of rum for lunch. It's fine.
But I have no idea how his room flask keeps being.
It's not-
It's
I
magic.
had a
Probably
post
got
about
it.
that.
It's
He's probably
enchanted.
got a lock. Yeah, he's probably got a locker or a whole keg of it somewhere on the Jolly Roger. You know, that he keeps going back to.
Or it might be a magic flask. It just
Yeah.
never runs out.
Yeah.
I I had this idea that there's a magical rum fountain in Neverland.
Oh my gosh.
Because we never had a chance to go back to the Jolly Roger. Or he's got pockets like the Doctor, and they're just bigger on the inside. He's got more than one flask. I don't know.
Also, yeah, the coat. Like, guys, when is he gonna change his clothes? Because I mean, he needs to do laundry at some point, right?
Yeah.
It's leather. It doesn't breathe well.
You guys really, really want him in our kind of, you know, modern clothes, don't you?
I just want him to shower.
Then pants.
Honest. It's aftershave. What did he say on Twitter when they asked
Oh, yeah, he
him?
sweats after shave.
Sweat,
Yeah.
sweats aftershave.
And how is his stubble like perfect all the time? You would think it would grow at some point and he'd need to shave.
It
Or
doesn't
something.
really-
Or
When they were on
something.
Neverland, like all the ladies, like eye makeup and mascara and all that was always so perfect. I was amazed at that.
But Ook's eyeliner was perfect too. No, it was not
Yeah.
just a lady thing.
Also, Snow had time to get a haircut
Yeah.
Yes.
in Neverland.
So we've talked about all of Ook's flaws, his drinking problem. So I think it's time we talk about everything that's wrong with Neil.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Here comes the fun
how
part.
much time do we have?
Where to begin?
Yeah, for that.
Behavior this episode, him asking Emma out. I thought it was hilarious that he basically waited for Ook's permission to do it.
I know, right?
Like, what's up with that? But
And what's up with the fact that 1 week ago you were engaged and deeply in love with Tamara, which has been confirmed by Adam and Eddie. And 2 days ago, Emma told you she wishes you were dead, and you think it's okay to ask her on a date. Really?
Bottom line, I think when it comes to that, Neil is clueless. He's just clueless.
Yeah.
And that's further solidified. It was forever solidified for me when he, in that episode, I think it was either episode 21 or 21 or 22 of last season 2, when Emma said, "You remember how I have that thing with lies?" And he said, "Yeah, I never bought that. That solidified me."
Yes.
That's true.
You know what else solidified it for me? Is the fact that Tamara was with him for months and he never figured out that she was crazy pants.
Yes.
I mean, how did he survive in our world for this long as a supposed con man thief person and not realize that she was insane?
I have
Yes.
no idea.
Is she that good of an actress?
Clearly.
Obviously
I
not.
don't know.
Can we get her an
You
Oscar?
don't think they're going to like address that though? Like, do you think Neil will have a moment where he actually like mourns Tamara's death and like asks how she died? Because that's gonna be
I
an
don't-
awkward conversation
No.
with Rob.
I don't even know if he knows that she's dead. I mean,
She
like,
cares. He's never
Yeah, I don't
asked.
think
Yeah,
she cares
it's like-
either.
It's like she never existed.
I mean,
Yeah.
does he know she was in Neverland? I mean, does he know she's the one who kidnapped Henry? Does he know that Ron Paul killed her? I don't
No.
know. Does,
I don't
does he
think
know
he knows.
anything? Does he know how to tie his shoes? I don't know. You know nothing, Neil. What's it
I
your
mean,
name?
he knows how to work the coconut, guys. Like, let's give him some props for that. Like, he
Yeah,
knows
so
how
he
to
can
work
at least
the coconut.
Yep, he knows how to tie it shut. So chances are he probably does know how to tie shoes.
Yes.
He does know how to call a giant squid.
There you go. These are important life skills.
He knows how to hitch a ride on a shadow.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
by
Right.
using toddlers as bait.
Oh God, I know.
Oh my gosh.
Like,
And
in
guys,
reference to the whole Tamara situation, he hasn't even brought up the fact that his dad killed his mother.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
another
I
thing.
know. That's so
Terrible.
frustrating.
Yeah.
Neil has a serious problem with denial. So right
Not
now he's
necessarily.
like in the stages of denial. The whole so he's like pretending Tamara never existed because he doesn't want to deal with the pain of Tamara betraying him. Kind of.
I don't necessarily know if it's denial. I think it's also partly because he's been alone for so long
Yes.
that he doesn't really think outside of what affects him. Like,
Yeah.
for instance,
Come on, guys. He's got the maturity of a 14-year-old.
He was
Also
much
true.
more endearing when he was a 14-year-old.
He's
Yeah.
he's an emotionally stunted 14-year-old.
To quote Hermione Granger, he has the emotional range of a teaspoon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, what are your theories about the finale and the next episode, the finale, the second part of the season? You were saying that you had
Oh
some
gosh.
theories.
I don't
The
know.
I have
promo,
no
guys.
idea.
The promo. Who died?
Oh my God, the promo.
Oh man. Oh,
I know. I could
kill
feel
us
like
all.
I could literally feel Tumblr exploding. Like, I wasn't even on it at the time, but when I saw the promo, I'm like, oh my God. I hear the whimpering sounds of thousands of Captain Swan's shippers all over the world.
What do you think is happening in the 3 seconds
Well-
of the promo that broke Tumblr?
Ah!
I
Oh
have
my
no
God.
idea.
Acknowledging feelings? Maybe.
Yeah, they're leaving. They're leaving. Everyone's hugging. Like, they're about to get sucked back into Enchanted Forest. Like, that's what I think. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I think the curse is
I-
about to come down on them.
Yeah, I think. Well, there are two clouds in the promo. You go back and look. There's a purple one, and there's a green one. But then again, it could be archive footage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know what
I
I mean?
was wondering
But-
about
but-
that
but-
purple smoke. I think it was footage from like the season 2 premiere or something.
Yeah.
Like the-
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think
Was
so,
there
too.
wasn't there a shot of Regina doing something as well? Like, there's a
Yes,
shot
exactly.
Yeah.
She's doing that bubble thing that the Cora did with the
Yeah.
staff last
Yeah.
season.
Regina,
Regina needs a staff. Why doesn't she have a staff?
Regina's actually
She's
Gandalf.
badass enough.
Yeah.
She's
She
badass.
hasn't
She
graduated to Gandalf level yet.
Oh,
So we won't see her screaming at the cursed clouds, you shall not pass. Okay.
Yes, she needs to reach that point first.
Regina definitely does something to the curse because we have set pictures of her on the ground, like fainting, I don't know, and then getting up. So I think
trained her.
Maybe
or
the
something.
bubble failed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe.
Maybe
Maybe
she
she
does
wasn't
that.
strong enough.
she
Also,
does
I like-
something
I
like
like-
Cora did. What Cora did, maybe
Yeah.
tries,
Yeah.
fails.
Also,
I'm a
I'd
bit
like to.
confused.
Sorry, go
continue.
ahead. No, it's okay. Go ahead, Laura.
Okay. I'm a bit confused because we're all thinking that, like, judging by the spoiler pictures with the hug in front of the police station and everything, we're thinking something happens and then Hook goes to the Enchanted Forest, but didn't we just have a photo release for Witch Hunt where it's Jen and Colin walking to set together? So then
Yeah.
technically he doesn't get sucked into the Enchanted Forest.
Unless,
so I'm so confused.
unless those Enchanted Forest photos are flash forwards, then it's
Right.
okay.
And this is
What
Eddie
if
and
there was-
Adam we're talking about, so it is a possibility.
Yes.
Yeah, we don't know if the Enchanted Forest is in the future. It can't be in the past because the
No.
Person Fire is there. And
Yeah.
But,
Sorry, I love Person Fire.
I know. That's my favorite.
And also, I'd like to point out something that hit me this past week. Bottom line, I think something happens with the curse when Pan casts it, and he messes up. He either he both succeeds and fails, because isn't like the last and most important ingredient of the curse the heart of the thing you love most, which would be either one of two things: either his heart, which I doubt, or Rumple's. I mean, can we agree on this? And by the way, yay or nay, who thinks that they're gonna kill Rumple off? Really?
no one.
Hey.
No?
Well,
Mm-mm.
something does happen to him though. Like, did you guys see Belle on the ground, like, sobbing? Like, I feel like something bad does happen to Rumple. And wasn't there something on like Twitter or Tumblr where they say, Robbie Carlyle like gets like a few weeks off in Scotland,
Yes.
so we might not see him for a while.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
But they
The same thing there. Sorry. Well, like, Rumple thought Belle was dead, so maybe it's Belle's turn to think Rumple's dead.
found.
Yeah, maybe.
Man, Belle can't get a break, eh?
Yes!
No.
But,
No.
but
Poor
other than
Rumble
that,
shippers.
Poor Rumble.
It's really bad for the Rumble shippers, man. You're like, 1 second of happiness, then they go, all goes to fuck.
A season of pain. Every kiss they have, a season of pain. But you know what? Okay, whatever. No, they still have it better than us, because like they're kind of like a confirmed like couple
No.
still.
I don't
Yes.
think. No, I think we have it better. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
We definitely have better.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Hopefully we won't get a season of pain after every kiss. But I don't know. Like, I feel like Sunday's gonna be tough.
It
Really?
is.
I
It's gonna
think if one, it's then has it's Outlaw Queen, because they are gonna see the journey, but they already know that they are endgame. So I don't. Maybe their interaction will suck and they won't have it better. But they will both see the journey and have the security of knowing that they are true love. So that's one ship who has it better. But on the other hand, I think we have it much better than Rumble, because they had one episode of development, and then in season 2 and in season 3, Belle is barely a character. They're barely developing her. I'm sorry, I don't really hate Belle. I just think she's been written terribly.
They haven't done much
yes.
with her.
No,
Honestly,
they haven't.
No, they haven't.
This with Once Upon a Time, Belle.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I was expecting a much better Belle, because Belle's always been one of my favorites. They
Yeah.
have done more with Aurora than with Belle.
Yes.
True.
They,
Yes.
I think the
I
problem.
think they don't really know what to do with her, apart from her being like Rumple's love interest. It's like, okay, yes, you're his girlfriend. That's about it.
And
Yeah,
she had one episode where she was
Yeah,
where she was like apart from
forged-
Rumple, and she was like forging for herself and like
Yes.
finding her own adventure, like
Oh, yeah,
after
yeah, I
Rumple.
remember
That was
And
that
then at
was
the end
what
of it,
was
she
that?
decides she's going to go back to Rumple.
Yes.
No,
Yeah.
the one I was talking about. The one I was talking about was a Enchanted Forest
yeah, with
flashback. It was
Priscilla.
in like
Yeah.
in The Outsider. The Outsider, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but then that's totally her entire journey in the Enchanted Forest in that episode is completely contradicted by her journey in the present, where she finds out that Rumple killed Mila and totally ignores it. So
I know. Oh my god, that's so. I can't even imagine that. Finding out that.
Belle moment. I was like, you just learned that he brutally murdered his wife for not wanting him. And you're like, okay, honey, I still love you.
I think this is where I take Once Upon a Time with like a grain of salt, because I know like the big thing is like forgiveness and second chances, whatever. But at the end of the day, like you're really looking at Emma letting Regina raise her son when she knows that Regina killed Graham, right? Like,
Yes.
and you know,
Right.
basically Regina straight up said, I do not regret at all killing and torturing like hundreds of people. But Emma is still saying, yeah, it's our son. So yeah, let's go. I mean, I like the fact that, you know, we can forgive and, you know, second chances, but still, like, Regina kills people. And Regina kills people.
Completely, I agree. I think
Murder should not be brushed off with an "I'm sorry."
Right.
No.
Even
there is
I was, at this point, I'm like, okay, once upon a time, sure, I guess. Yeah.
And the problem is that she isn't sorry, and like
Yeah.
she's like, "Oh, I don't regret anything because it brought me my son." How did
Yeah.
killing Graham bring you your son?
I know. I'm just like, wait,
Uh.
did they ever talk about that? Her and Emma?
No.
I think I read
No.
somewhere
I don't
that
think so. No.
No,
there was a cut
There
scene.
was
Adam said that
Yeah, there
there
was-
was. Yeah,
I think there was a deleted scene somewhere where they talked
in
about
the
it.
season
finale.
1 finale. The season
Yes.
1 finale was supposed to have a scene, and they cut it for time,
Ah,
and it's
But
not on
I-
DVD.
I
That's the
want
only time it's ever been addressed.
anyway,
Yeah,
Me?
because that is a huge thing. Like, I mean, you know, I know I really loved like Grandma. Not long. Just I really liked that couple, and like it was just like they just forgot him, sort of.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
now he's in Vancouver, so they could steal him from the 50 Shades of Grey set
I know.
for
Come
like
back for
1
this one.
week.
Why?
He's not scruffy now, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jamie's not scruffy now. He's all clean shaven for 50 Shades of Grey. So
But yeah, guys, like if the sheriff and Hook were still like both there, we would have a big problem. I would
no,
not.
I
know.
wouldn't have a problem. I would not have a
Neither would I.
problem.
Still Hook.
No, me neither. Still, Killian
Well,
would win
so-
over me. I mean, I love
I don't
Graham.
know.
I loved Graham, but
Yeah.
yeah.
The problem with Graham is that Graham wasn't real. Graham was a character invented by Regina. He was like Mary Margaret. So the real person was the Huntsman, which
Huntsman.
which
Right.
Emma never met. So I
the
don't
Huntsman
know.
still was pretty cool though. Like
Yes.
I like Huntsman. Yeah.
But we don't know how the real Graham, the real Huntsman, would interact with Emma. We only know how fake Graham interacts with Emma, which I like. I like fake Graham. I mean, it was, but we don't know. We don't know how the real him and Emma would interact. So
Yeah.
Oh, so yeah, I think
For
that's
all
actually
we know, yeah. For all we know, that you know, all the you know, the passion between them, you know, like that very last episode between them. For all we know, if he reverted to the Huntsman, it would be, you know, it would be a snap reversal. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like if
because-
they go
Yeah.
go back to like a brother sister relationship.
And
Uh,
apparently,
That'll always
if-
be a question.
well, apparently in the I don't know if anybody has read the
the graphic
the
novel.
comic, the graphic novel. The Huntsman's
but I want
true
to.
love was supposedly red. So
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Okay, I really
That is
missed
so
that one.
awesome. It
I can
fits
see that,
though.
yeah.
Because he's got a thing with wolves, right? He's
I
got a thing
remember
with
at
Right.
the beginning of season. I remember at the beginning of season 1 there was some people who shipped Graham and Red. Mostly people who thought that Graham was gonna end up being the big bad wolf. So it was like shipping Red Riding Hood with the big bad wolf. But there were some shippers. And yeah, apparently Adam said that the graphic novel is canon, so their true love. I don't know. They never mentioned him. Red.
well,
never-
supposedly Snow says their true love in the graphic novel.
and we know.
Supposedly, I haven't
No,
actually seen
it's
it
off-
myself, but I've seen a
Well,
summary on Tumblr, and that's what they said.
I won't take Snow's word on who is true love. We know
That's
she's
true.
often well.
That's true.
Yeah,
she's not doing a good
Snow's-
job right now.
Yeah,
I
she's
don't
not a
trust
very
Snow.
good judge of that.
Yeah.
Her standard odd.
Yes.
Oh, God.
And
I'm sorry. I should just get this in there really fast.
yes,
Going back to what you said about like how we don't know if Emma really would have been in love with the Huntsman part of Graham because it could have been a snap reversal. It's kind of actually very reminiscent of everything she learned about Neil in Neverland.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
she actually really found out that she didn't know him at all.
That's an
Right.
excellent point.
That's for me the main reason why Swanfire will never work. Because Emma does not know Neil.
No.
I mean, she knows
Just
Neil.
no Balefire.
She knows
Just
no Bellfire. And Neil cannot be himself, like I said in the previous podcast. Neil can never be truly himself unless he embraces the Bellfire part of him.
Right.
Yeah.
And Emma
the
is no
Balefire that lost his mother to his father, not Killian.
Yes.
So yeah,
Neil needs to sort himself out before he goes off pursuing Emma again. Like,
Exactly.
yeah,
I think she needs to accept.
See, Archie.
I think they made a point of him shouting, "I'm Neil, I'm not Bay," and he needs to accept that he's both, like Charming said in
we are both.
the episode
Yes.
exactly. He needs to
Yes.
accept that he's also Bellfire, it's not just Neil. And Emma doesn't know Bellfire at all. In episode, I think 4, she didn't know that he liked to paint, to draw. And how can you be with a person for so many months and not know something like that? I mean, I don't
He
think it's
wouldn't even need to. He wouldn't even need to mention Fairy Tale Land to say I like to draw. Or
yeah.
he could just
Right.
be sketching Emma while they're in one of those wanky hotel rooms or something.
He
Yeah.
can totally paint her like one of his French girls.
Oh my god.
Oh my god! Wow.
Okay, we have over an hour, so this is the longest podcast yet. But I have a last question. This is a yes/no question. Do you think this Sunday, 3rd as you wish?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Yes?
Yes.
Who said no?
Amy. I
Okay.
don't think so. It's gonna come in 3:11. No, 3:12. New York one.
Okay. This is everyone else said yes.
Yes.
I'm gonna throw in.
I say
I'm
yes.
actually really cross my fingers for the second kiss too. That's all I'm saying.
Oh my goodness.
Fingers
sorry.
crossed.
Or
We would all
hug,
die.
another hug. I'll take another hug. You know what? I'll take a hug because we've seen the
Yeah.
spoilers for one, but I'll take a hug too. I don't care. I just
Yeah.
want him to
Yeah. Me
touch.
too.
Would they have to?
Or no.
ask-
I'll settle for holding hands. I'll settle for
Yes.
holding hands. And I
Yes.
think you get it too. You've seen those promo pics, right? The holding hands behind Henry's back. So I think
Yeah.
we'll get that much.
Where
What-
was that? In New York?
No. For 311. Remember the same promo pics where we see Rumpel standing with Pan?
Well, the angle's bad.
I
It's
thought
hard
that
to
was
tell if
Regina.
they're actually holding hands. It's hard to tell.
Why
if
would she
that's
be
Gina
holding
or-
hands with Regina?
Well, no,
Or
I
if they're
just think they were that close.
Oh my
Magical
was a
battery.
Swamp Queen shippers must be going crazy right now.
Oh,
There
dear.
was a script tease today from Adam where Regina said, "There's one thing I haven't told you," and Emma says, "Now what?" So, what do you
God.
think it is? Could it
We all
have?
know what the Swan Queen shippers are thinking.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah.
In my head, I'm like, oh god, who else did you kill? Or
Yeah.
what other person have
But could it be something about how Emma's death will end the curse? Because the first curse would have ended if Emma died. Could the second curse be tied to Emma's death too? Maybe?
Hmm.
No, because
No.
I felt the same.
That's a bad thought.
Like Regina being like,
Well-
just kill yourself.
Well, no, because the only reason that would have worked the first time was because Rumpel said that he had specifically tied a savior into that curse. Then now it won't have that, so they have to find some other way to break it.
True love kiss. Sorry.
Well,
That's
yeah.
what we're all thinking. We're all thinking that.
Yeah, we'll see. This next episode is Jennifer's favorite episode, and we all know what happened the last time Jennifer had a favorite episode. So just cross all your fingers and your toes and everything you have to cross. And we'll be back next week with a podcast about going home. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.